Hello everybody, this is All Sounds Gaming and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Ghost Trick Phantom Detective. In the previous episode, we headed to Temsic Park to try and retrieve the music box, only to discover that that weird park guy was dead. And that someone else had ghost powers. That someone else being Missile, who has died again. But we did manage to save the park guy with Missile's help, who has the ability to swap objects so long as they're the same shape. But how he got these powers, we're not entirely certain. Heck, we still don't know how we got them. But of course, just as things were looking up, something has happened with Cabanela. It's up to us to figure out what the heck is going on. "10 years ago, a man named Sissel took a little girl named Lynn hostage, then was killed by a meteorite fragment. Tonight, a man named Sissel met a detective named Lynn at the junkyard at the edge of town, and then was killed by a bullet. The scene I find waiting for me on the other end of the phone line feels like the final nail in the coffin of my lost memory. I see myself. There you are, Commander Sith. Finally. Sissel, where have you been, my good man? We've been looking everywhere for you. Been a long time since we've seen him. Had a little unfinished business to take care of. Didn't think it would take this long. What about your people? They sure went out of their way to mess me up. I say, I believe we filled every one of your conditions in our little deal. What right do you have to complain about anything outside our bargain? We can talk about that when we get together. This will be our last communication by telephone. We'll arrive in 1 hour. I look forward to seeing you, Sissel. Dawn is approaching. The darkness surrounding my own mystery is deep. But I know it's always darkest before the dawn. Yes, we're nearing final stages of our little deal, my good man. Yes, sir. All preparations are complete, sir. And we just had a report, sir. Lights have been spotted, sir. Have they now? By all means, let me have a look. Yes, we're very close. We will now disconnect from the communication cable and have no service until we arrive, sir. Very well. Yep. That room we were in so very long ago is just one small part of a very large submarine. Well, decently sized, I should say, actually. Nice try, Inspector Cabanela. But you could never stop me. See ya, sucker. The mystery just keeps getting deeper and deeper. So, that submarine guy and his people have a deal going with me, do they? If that's the case, they probably aren't the ones who killed me, right? Anyway, there's definitely something behind the inspector's death. I think I'd better talk to him. Hey, You think you could wake up for me? Ah, boy, still unconscious, eh? I guess he hasn't been dead for very long, then. I'll just go ahead and go back to 4 minutes before his death. I'm a little nervous about what I might see there, though. But if that's where I'm gonna find my answers, I can't run away from it. Rewind time. "2:50 a.m., maintenance building. Once the criminal gets the punishment he deserves, the hostage will go free. Carry out the execution immediately and wait for our call." That's a good boy. Gee, a hostage sure is a handy thing. It gives me complete control over the top police inspector in the country. What's the matter? All those broken bones smart a bit? What's it like to feel pain? Does it make you feel alive? Why are you doing this? Now, is that any kind of question for a top inspector to ask? Isn't it obvious? Revenge, of course. Revenge on all the people who stole my life away 10 years ago. Don't be ridiculous. It was a meteorite that stole your life. Have you forgotten that? Wrong. I was murdered by all of you. Note that he doesn't feel the pain on his hand from that burning stove. Detective Chowd, who chased me down and forced me into a corner, even though I was innocent. Lynn, that girl who was right there where I was running. Lynn, she was just an innocent little girl playing in the park. If that brat hadn't been there, I never would have thought of taking a hostage. Wow, victim blaming? Really, dude? You chose to take her hostage. That's the most self-centered garbage I've ever heard. And finally, you, Inspector Cabanela. Me. If you hadn't done what you did, I never would have pointed a gun at that kid. You were so proud of your spotless record. And my case was the one blot on it, wasn't it? Only two people know the real truth. Me and Detective Jowd. I bet tonight's execution will be quite a relief to you, won't it? One of the people who know about the stain on your record will disappear for good. That's why you didn't help him escape from prison. That's the kind of guy you are. I got nothing to say to you. You'd never listen anyway. Ye gods. Now then, Inspector. Time to make a big red stain on your spotless white coat. This was another condition of my deal. To wipe out everybody who knew about Temsic. Revenge? That's what I'm up to? None of this makes any sense. Hey, man. Mind telling me what's going on? Inspector Cabanela? He's awake? My head is spinning, baby. Am I to understand that Cabanela character who just got shot is me? Well, that's right. And you're supposed to be the scoundrel there who just shot me? I guess so? But you couldn't be, could you? Huh? After all, the guy in the red suit just walked out the door, right? So, who are you? I guess I just have to face it. I'm not that Sissel guy. I'm somebody who's searching for himself. That's why I'm here to save you. At the very least, you have information about that guy in red. Information I need. So you came on a rescue mission now, did you? Nothing like the sound of that, baby. Because there's a very important life here somewhere. A life valuable to this nation. Okay, so do your thing, baby. Now then, you might think he's talking about us. He's not. Alright, him, he's not. So, are you a manipulator too? I have some ghost tricks, powers of the dead, yeah, but I can't control a living creature. Anywho, I think you'd better be very careful. That guy in red is a manipulator too. Naturally, he knows about powers like yours. If he realizes you're here, things might get a little sticky. You're right, I'd better be careful. So, look at him. There's that something emanating from his body. Is it really the sign of having special powers of the dead? So, there is an achievement for getting through this without anyone dying. After the final fate change is what the achievement says, but I'm not taking any chances, which is a shame because there's some funny stuff you can do. Well, there's a funny thing you can do. But right now, as it is, we cannot save Cabanela. But there is somebody else we can save. We just gotta wait. Don't bother triggering these, it's just the same conversation we heard before. It'll just waste your time. That was a real shocker, baby. Didn't he feel that? He grilled his own fist to crispy perfection. It's just not natural, is it? It's kind of hard to move around here. He has the same kind of powers you do, after all. If you do anything too obvious, he'll notice you. Under these circumstances, I don't know if there's a way to save you. Ouch! Don't admit that right in front of me, baby. Look at this place. What in the world happened here? Think I'm starting to remember. Something bad happened here. Now, there's another death lying hidden here. What? Another death? Didn't I tell you from the start? Didn't I say there was a very important life, valuable to the nation here? I thought you were talking about you. I'm just a crazy character in a white coat, baby. Huh, there's the pigeon. But where's the pigeon man? Hey, come to think of it, where's that old pigeon guy? Well, he's right there. This is some kind of device? Very astute observation. Sorry, my memory isn't working. Yeah, mine isn't working too well right now either. I do remember seeing somebody use this equipment, though. There we go. That'll get us close enough. Excuse me? Are you awake? Of course. I never sleep during work hours. Professor, do you recognize me? There's only one crazy character in a white coat that I know of. He hasn't lost his memory? I'm not the type who likes losing things. But never mind that. Cabanela, this is quite a surprising guest you've brought with you. Pretending like he didn't just blow up the place. Are you talking about me? Oh, this is a different guy, and I'm his guest, actually. Said he came to rescue us. Unlike you, my shop friend, he still hasn't gotten his memory back. Pitiful. Ouch, that hurts. Anyway, now we'll be going back to 4 minutes before your death. In order to change your fate, that is. But aren't we already in the past, man? Yeah, but we can go back even further. I've done it before. I still don't see a path to saving Inspector Cabanela. If we go back further, maybe I'll find a lead. How many times do I have to tell you, Professor, this place is dangerous? Don't be daft. I can't leave now. He's completely dead, but just as I thought, I'm getting a reading. This is the source of his powers. If I remove it... He's not dead, he's just not there. The true form of the manipulator isn't something you can detect, it's a spirit. Ridiculous. So, you figured it all out, huh? You're a clever man, Inspector Cabanela. So it's really true. You're... I wasted a lot of time tonight because of you, Inspector. But it's all just like you said. I died 10 years ago. This body is just a vessel. A shell. I control everything. The shell, people. Just like I controlled the Justice Minister and Lid. So it's true. You were manipulating my baby that time. You made her shoot your shell. But why? Why would you do a thing like that? To create conclusive evidence. You know, on that security tape. Now she's a murderer too. She'll suffer just like Zhao did. Now then, Professor. I'm afraid it's time for you to die. I don't have any grudge against you. I'm even grateful to you. Oh yeah? So why don't you let me live then? I'll be leaving this country forever tonight. But before I do, I need to erase all evidence that these powers of mine exist. Along with the contraption in this room. This time, the thing will work the way it was meant to. It'll all be over. Cupid won't turn this time. He'll shoot his little arrow this way. I'm honestly kind of shocked that nobody noticed the dynamite beforehand. Professor, look out! Dynamite, eh? When the devil did he put that there? He planned it all out tonight. Having my baby shoot him, having his corpse disappear. His corpse disappeared? That medical examiner, remember him? He was a complete and utter imposter. How would you even know if I've ever seen him? He said he was going to take the corpse back to the lab. He'd already made a deal with the manipulator to meet him and give him the body back. But I wasn't gonna let that happen, baby. You saw through their plan, eh? I noticed right away the medical examiner didn't know the first thing about examining a body. Considering he was trying to listen to a heartbeat on a corpse, yeah, kinda obvious. I knew he was a fake, so I tracked him down and bought him off. Bought him off? I had him smuggle the corpse to this room. Again, how did you not notice the dynamite there? It's not like it's hidden or anything. I thought we could find the source of his powers. Of course, never in my wildest dreams did I think his abilities were powers of the dead. Anyway, there isn't much time. He's leaving the country before dawn. And I'm gonna follow him. Of course, after I save you two. But something's been nagging at the back of my mind. I remember what Ray said to me tonight. He said that spirits cease to exist when the day breaks. If that's true, how could a spirit from 10 years ago still be here? No time for thinking now, baby. Action is the name of the game. Work your magic and take us back, even further into the past. Now, the big problem with this is that we can't stop the explosion. This guy is dead set on killing Pigeon Man, and if we just stop the explosion, he'll just find some other way to do it. Alright, man, jump in there and stop that explosion, would you? Easy enough for you to say. Foolish of you to say, too. If you stop the explosion, he'll just do me in some other way. Fair enough, then. Fair enough, then jump in there and take care of that man in red, would you? I repeat, easy enough for you to say. Most likely impossible to boot. That huge explosion didn't even make him bat an eye. Well, what do you propose then, Professor? Pray tell. Your best bet is to save me during the explosion without him noticing. Easy enough for you to say. Sheesh, what's with all these people? Anywho, jump in there and do something. There's not a whole lot we can do. There is the door, but can't open it. It's no use. I can't open it. Could the fact the professor is standing on it have anything to do with it? It may look small, but I'm pretty heavy set. I sound so proud of that fact, too. This door. Such a pity. Too bad it doesn't open downward. Sometimes life can be so hard. Wouldn't you agree, Professor? Yeah, that's why we're both dead. Door that opens downward, eh? Bunch of rats down here. There's not a whole lot we can really do. And we can't stop the balancing device once it's started. Plus, there's not a whole other places we can go. What in the world is this thing? This device has that meteorite data entered into it. It detects Temsic radiation and responds. Got that, kid? Isn't it a lovely thing? I guess sometimes it's important not to think about things too much. What a sorry pair. There's not really a whole lot we can do. Huh. A shame we don't have missile around. We could swap the door with the garbage can lid. You'd drop right through then. Yeah, I'll be leaving this country, erase all evidence. As you perhaps have already noticed, time is running out, baby. Yeah, no, perhaps about it. I know. But you know, there aren't a whole lot of things I can use my ghost tricks on in here. Yeah, looks like it's all over. Unless I find another path, I'm sort of at a deadlock here. Sissel! Hey, I know that voice. Help me. Where are you? Find me before I'm carried away. What's with that frail sounding call for help? He's here somewhere. Friend of yours? Yep, little guy that looks a little fragile, but has a strength that surprise you. Well, he's asking you to find him, and before he's carried away, no less. Yeah, but I'm almost out of time. Should I look for him? Yes, you should. Now, this is the one time in the game where you actually have to use the camera to move around and find something. And, yep, there he is. Sissel, here I am! Oh, hey, it's Missile! What are you doing there? Do you really have to ask? Seriously, are you really going there? No, that's okay. Never mind. Anyway, I need your powers. Will you help me out? Of course! Here, let me come join you. Okay, here I am, Sissel. And now things will flow in a new direction. Even though the floor of the sewers is a little bit stinky. Okay, we now need to get Sissel out of the way. And we need to use What am I jumping into? Ball. And we need now need to use Missile to rescue the professor. Okay, let's stop that explosion. No, we can't do that. Okay, let's take care of that man in red then. No, we can't do that either. We can't do this, we can't do that. What can we do? Well, we let the explosion happen. Then we rescue the old pigeon guy without the man in red noticing. And your powers are the key to all of it, Missile. Ooh, I don't know about that, but I'll do my best. Now we're talking about a matter of seconds. We can't miss our chance. Alright, we're gonna swap these. Now that's what I'd call some proper commotion. I'm making that trash can dance. Truth be told, I feel a bit like dancing now myself. It's getting harder and harder to hold my wild instincts back. What a dangerous bunch. Okay. Now, we want to hop into the lid. Now, we couldn't swap it earlier because, it was not the right size. Oh, no, I have screwed up. Because I needed to swap it with the tire while it was rolling. Okay, fine. Yeah, proper commotion. Okay, Missile, hop into the trash can lid. Because otherwise it's too far away. Come on. Come on. Then swap it with the tire. And then swap the trash can lid with the trapdoor. Do you remember how to use my powers? Yeah, you can swap things that have the same shape, right? Well, to be precise, I can swap things that look like they have the same shape. What's the difference? As I was being carried by the wind and falling into the river, I realized something. If you look at things from different angles, it looks different. Yeah, that's a pretty good point for a little doggy who came in with the sewage. Okay, not quite. Okay, now we swap them. Yes, I remember. Oh god. Because I rewound, Sissel's still in the... So I'm not swapping, I'm talking to Sissel. God damn it. Got to move him. Okay, now we swap them. Look out! Surprised he didn't notice him falling. Sorry, little pigeon. As for you, Inspector, I have a little job for you. I can't move. I think I have 4 or 5 broken bones. I don't mind. It won't prevent me from manipulating you. Might make it hurt a little bit when I move you, though. Quite a bit, actually. Damn you! I can't believe it. That lot actually pulled it off. Sorry, Inspector Cabanela. Couldn't do anything to help you. And there I am, a poor broken heap of arms and legs. But no matter, I enjoyed the show. Magic disappearing act, that is. Nothing like it, baby. Yeah, except, unlike a normal magic trick, I'm the one that managed to vanish without a trace here. Okay, the phone book. Fate averted. What's the matter? You look like you'd rather be dead. Not that you aren't. I was just remembering the fact that right about now, the real me is giving the poor Justice Minister a real fright. Ah, that phone call. Yeah, he was pretty upset. Excuse me, mister? You really shouldn't be mean like that. And what's this lively little creature? Oh, this little doggy is the warrior who keeps Camilla safe. Or he would be if he was actually still full of life. Camilla. Gods in heaven, what a terrible thing. That poor little girl taken hostage. It's a cruel twist of fate indeed. Wait just a minute. Miss Camilla is a hostage? Yes, we're sorry, little warrior. Miss Camilla? A hostage? What's a hostage? Anyway, Inspector Cabanela, it's time to save your life now. But you couldn't get very far before when you... But you couldn't get very far when you tried before, am I right? But this time it's different, right, Sissel? That's right. With us working together, it's a whole different situation. We'll save the Inspector in white, and then we'll go rescue Camilla, okay? Okay, let's hurry up and get through this. Gee, kids, you're making me feel like an afterthought. Alright, let's get started. Inspector Cabanela is upstairs, so our first step is to get up there. Sissel, I'll go up first and wait for you. Okay, lovey-dove, we need your help. Carry this measuring device upstairs. It has Mr. Ghost in it, so don't drop it. You've got grit, little pigeon. I better get up there before little pigeon's strength gives out. Sisla's waiting for me, and better hurry up. There you are, Sissel. Sorry for the wait, Missile. 4 minutes from now, the inspector will be killed by a gun. You just jump in there and stop him from firing, would you? There you go again with that stuff. Besides, it doesn't make any sense. If you stop him from firing, he'll just kill you some other way. Oh, wait a minute, that sounds familiar. Yep, sim situation is mine. Your best bet this time around is to allow him to shoot and then save Cabanello without him noticing. Phew, it's even worse than last time. Anywho, jump in there and do something. Okay, I'm ready to jump in, Sissel. Don't forget, whenever you want to use my powers, just tap V. Now, we have to be very careful to not use our powers in front of him. We are actually going to toss Missile into this book for the moment, because we're going to need that later. But right now, we need to be Sissel. And there is an achievement, red light, green light, for completing this without any deaths after the final fate change. Which is unfortunate because there's something funny you can do. Okay, jump into here, jump into the lamp, wait for him to turn around. Oh, did you see that? That bad Sissel turned around. You have to call him that? Yeah, maybe this is our chance to try some ghost tricks. This is the only time he takes his eyes off of me, too. If you have something to do, do it now. Time to take the first steps towards saving the inspector. Alright. Nope, we're not talking. We want to get this helmet off of here. What was that? Now all we can do is wait. Okay, now we hop into the stepladder. Yikes, I'm a little scared right now. Why didn't he die? Because he's already dead. He died 10 years ago. I knew full well he wouldn't die if I shot him. Why'd you go to the trouble of shooting him at all? Time's almost up. It's enough chit-chat. Now the situation has changed slightly. These last split seconds are our chance. Alright, jump into the knit cap. Move the stepladder. Swap to Missile. Swap the book and the hat. The hat falls where the helmet was, and now we wait. Well, would you look at that right on the hook? I love knit hats. So warm and most of all, soft. Hey, now that I'm looking at it, that hat is the same shape as the helmet you just knocked down. Aha, I thought so too. And now we wait. Yeah, another condition of our deal. Wipe out everybody who knows about Tensik. He's going to shoot. It's too late. Again? I'm going to get shot again? Now wait, our chance is coming up. The last split second, right? Leave it to me. Would you look at that? The bullet is hanging in midair between the gun and the inspector's forehead. Now's our chance. I'm hearing the bullet right now. Let's swap this little thing with something else. What? That's our only hope. There's gotta be something here with the same shape and direction as the bullet. Why, yes there is. The knit. Hurry now, swap that. Yeah, I'm working on it. The knit hat. Oh, this is going to be a pain. So here's the thing to keep in mind. They keep their momentum when they're moving. So that hat was going about the same speed and velocity as the bullet, hence why it knocked him down, and hence why we couldn't use the hard hat. I don't think he noticed. Looks like he pulled off another magic disappearing act. And now I say again, I love knit hats. So warm and most of all, soft. Did I do all right? You did a fine job, little one. You saved another life. And I'll keep doing it too. Over and over. Red light, green light. Chapter 15, avert fate without any deaths after the final fate change. And I just saw in these 4 minutes. Give me all the answers I've been looking for. All our research these past 10 years pales in comparison, right, Professor? So you two are working together. That's about the size of it, yeah? Who would believe a story about a manipulator? So we pursued it ourselves, just the two of us. I'm quite a crazy character myself, after all. Okay, let's hurry back to our time. We have to rescue Miss Camilla. You're right, Missile. And there's a certain guy I have to follow, too. After completing his revenge on Inspector Cabanela, the man in red left. And now, a new story is about to unfold in a new present. How are you feeling, you old crazy character? Hey there, Professor. We're both alive, I see. Yeah, nothing like it, baby. But I don't know if I'm getting old or what. I've got a few aches and pains here and there. Used to be a little thing like an explosion wouldn't bother me. Yeah, right. Like I'm going to believe that. So what? Guy in red is gone, eh? Just in case, I've posted special investigation units all around the building. Let's just pray the boys come through for us. Damn it, you picked a bad time to listen to me, body of mine. Or not to listen to me. Alrighty then. I am going to make a manual save here. Yeah, save your current place and time. But wait. We've kind of seen how this has worked out in the past. Never mind. I was going to go back and show the other means by which it can end. It's not a good ending, but it's another means by which it can end. But then again, I'd have to redo the entire chapter anyways. Yeah, let's see how it works out. Okay, first thing I want to show off is that if we do a ghost trick in front of him, yep. What's going on? I've never seen the ghost world like this. So, you're here, are you? He sensed my presence? I noticed you. You think you can stop me, do you? I don't know why you're wearing my face, but you might as well give up now. I control everything. Damn it! Everything, including the life of this police inspector in white. Wait, don't shoot! Time's up. The other me knows of the powers of the dead well. Or knows the powers of the dead well. Well, who wouldn't notice what you just did? You were practically shouting, "Look at me, baby." It looks like it might be harder to save you under these circumstances. Guess I can't use my powers right in front of him like that. Guess I better rewind the clock again and see if I can pick up any other clues. Alright, and then we'll be right back after we've gotten Missile. Okay then, now that we're here, having done nothing to change things up, let's swap it with the hard hat. Nope, not the book. Yeah, I am aware. This game just doesn't make it very easy on me. Yep. Well, that didn't go well. We tried swapping what we could find, but it just made things worse. Not nice, kids. Not nice at all. You put a dent in my lovely mask. I guess we better look for something softer to swap with, like the knit hat. Guess I better rewind the clock again and see if I can pick up any other clues. Alrighty then. Return to title, load in. Continue from the manual save. There we go. Yeah, an alternative way to end it, but, you know. Well, looks like both of their deaths were erased. Unfortunately, in the case of the Inspector in White, I can't call it a complete success. But in any case, these two have the information I need to start tracking the manipulator. I'd better talk to them. If I knew things were going to end up like this, I would have tried to die in that explosion, baby. That way I could have been dancing after Big Red by now. Might be able to erase deaths, but it's true, I can't do much about injuries. But really, you shouldn't talk that way. Yeah, sorry, I suppose you're right. I just hate feeling so helpless. It was right there within my grasp. All our plans were resting on tonight, and then this had to happen. I guess he's thinking about his spotless record. It's not too late, Inspector. We still have a chance. Maybe I can catch him. Say, you're right. That's not a bad idea. I'll cooperate with you fully. Go ahead and fire away with any questions you like, Mr. Ghost. That guy mentioned revenge. Revenge against the people who stole his life away 10 years ago. He's a fool. He's the one who made the decision to take that little girl hostage, and he wound up dead. He only has himself to blame. Agreed. But what about when he said this? Just gonna skip over the stuff we've already seen. Yes, 10 years ago on that day, the Special Investigation Unit was working on a certain big case. We hauled in a young man, an important witness to our investigation. Then I did it. I made two very stupid mistakes. Detective, I'm telling you, I don't know anything about it. Fine. You're under no obligation to talk, of course. But if you don't, the Special Investigation Unit can make the rest of your life a living hell. But I'd just been assigned to the Special Investigation Unit, you see. I didn't share much info on big cases with a newbie like me yet, and I wanted to impress them. I was only supposed to be a simple matter of taking his statement, but I was too green. I pushed him too hard, I drove him into a corner and made him lose all hope. That was my first mistake. And then I made another mistake on top of that. Cabanela, got a minute? The Chief wants to see you about your report. Got it. I'll be right there. You stay right there and be a good boy now. And that's when I did it. I left it behind in the interrogation room. My gun. Why was your gun even out in the first place? How could you? You used my gun to escape. What he said is true. If I hadn't made that mistake, he never would have had the gun to point at Lynn at the first place. First found out about the manipulator's existence during a certain overseas communication. Overseas communication? For national security purposes, this country keeps tabs on the communications networks. This particular communication was about making a deal with a certain foreign country. He said he wanted them to buy him and his powers. That's how we first heard about him. Of course, we didn't know what he looked like at the time. In order to prove these powers of his, he gave them two predictions. He foresaw two completely preposterous and impossible cases. A case of a man who would sing national secrets during a live rock concert broadcast, and the case of a man who would take the chief commissioner hostage in his own office. Those two inmates at the special prison, eh? We kept tabs on their communications and launched an investigation. And then finally we pinpointed where they were going to meet tonight and staked it out. That restaurant at the Chicken Kitchen. Manipulator plans on leaving this country tonight on a submarine that belongs to the other country in this deal. Submarine? We haven't been able to find out where it's going to surface. It's terrifying to think what would happen if his powers were to fall into their hands. Right, highly unlikely they'd use them for peaceful purposes. And now they have that little girl as a hostage. Camilla, we have to stop him before he leaves the country. This spineless record of yours, is it really that important to you? Of course, baby. In some ways, it's more important to me than my life. And your life, eh? After all, it's because of my record that I'm able to get my hands on all intel as head of Special Investigation Unit. Because of my position, I get to direct all aspects of the investigation into the Manipulator case. The Manipulator case? That's why you cared about your record so much? Of course, why else, baby? I just never could believe it, man. Zhao shooting Alma. I didn't care that he confessed. There was definitely something more to the story. Some secret. I did everything I could to climb the ladder. Everything in my power. And then I finally found the answer. It took 5 long years, though. The Manipulator. He's going to prove that Zhao is innocent. An incredible determination. There's one thing I just don't understand. If you were so determined to help Detective Zhao, why didn't you help him escape from prison? That's an easy one, baby. Escaping from prison is a crime. I wasn't about to help him commit a crime after spending 5 years trying to prove him innocent. And he himself has to be executed, you know? Yeah, this does explain a lot about Gabanella's behavior during all this. As a matter of the law, I had to make sure the execution was stopped legally. And that's why I brought him before the Justice Minister, too. I needed to buy as much time as I possibly could, baby. Well, that's it, eh? And why he's been so cagey with Lynn, because, well, he can't exactly talk about a national case that she's not assigned to. There's one little unfortunate result of all this. Lynn completely misunderstood your intentions. Ha! Well, it's a little misunderstanding. My baby will come around. Give it time. There are more important things to do with our time tonight. This is a long chapter. Okay, what now? Mr. Superintendent. Do you mind if I talk to you for a minute? I haven't always been a junkyard superintendent, you know. I used to be part of the police. Police, huh? Not as a detective, but as a medical examiner. I investigated victims' cause of death. 10 years ago, I was asked to autopsy a strange corpse. Hit by a meteorite fragment and died instantly. That's what the police report said. There were no signs of life. He was definitely dead. I never filed an autopsy report. That's because the corpse suddenly vanished, leaving behind only one clue. An unusual corpse. I bet that's what I've been chasing all night. Could you tell me more? Yeah, sure. I have an interest in you recovering your memory and finding your true identity, too. It's the only way I can describe it, too. It was an unusual corpse. He was dead, alright. No question about that. But there wasn't a scratch on him. Not a scratch, but I thought he was hit by a meteorite fragment. I don't understand it any more than you do. I was completely bewildered, but when I tried to autopsy him, I was even more puzzled. I couldn't perform the autopsy. You couldn't? What do you mean? The scalpel went in, but I couldn't cut. As soon as I tried to make an incision, it would heal up in the very next instant. That's how it went. No scarring or blood either. And I never had the chance to solve the mystery. That's because the corpse up and vanished on us. Well, the morgue is well guarded. Nobody could have stolen that body. There is one way the corpse could have disappeared. What's that? It got up, opened the door, and walked out on its own. What? He was dead, but he wasn't dead. Well, we saw it with our own eyes tonight. Not even that explosion could kill him. He didn't even feel it when he slammed his fist on that stove. The corpse left behind some data from some testing I did. I had some readings for some kind of radiation coming off that body. Radiation? I used all kinds of instruments, but I couldn't determine exactly what kind of radiation it was. Some undiscovered type from a world unknown. Wait a minute, could it be? That's right, it was coming from that meteorite fragment. I went to that park and tested the spot where the meteorite fell. Just as I expected, and detected a radiation coming from that crater. It was the exact same pattern of radiation as that of the corpse. At the time, I thought he was some kind of immortal being. He would die only to come back to life. I wanted to research it all in depth, so I quit my job as a police medical examiner. Several years later, I came to learn the connection between my research and the manipulator case. Thanks to the arrival of this crazy character here. Oh, stop now, Professor. Do you want to see me blush? was about a year ago, I'd say. This man in white came dancing into my research lab here. Here. I heard there was an oddball here who's researching Tamsik. Is that you, baby? Who are you to be calling anybody an oddball? I was investigating the manipulator case then. Then I heard there was a man who'd quit the police force to study the meteorite. When I heard that, it was like a meteorite had struck me on the head. At the time, we were just starting to get leads on this manipulator. We didn't know who he was yet. We knew he was communicating with a certain foreign country. In one of those communications, we heard the manipulator say this: "Source of my power is not of this world." That's when I put two and two together, baby. The manipulator case and the Tamsik was somehow connected. Which also explained how 5 years ago he used his powers to manipulate a birthday surprise for a little girl made for her mother. He added that gun to the contraption, most likely by controlling Camilla. So that contraption in the basement here, you built that to try and help Detective Jowd? That's right. John and I worked together back when I was with the Force. I used the reports of his case to try and recreate the device. There was just one part of it that I couldn't reproduce no matter how hard I tried. Camilla told Jowd it did something it shouldn't have, made it impossible move. And that part to the device I recreated. I put in a part that would allow Cupid to rotate, otherwise the gun wouldn't fire. So that must mean somebody manipulated Camilla's contraption. As a result, we proved to ourselves that the manipulator actually existed. Inspector Cabanela! Hey, baby. Sorry about that phone call. Must have sounded like a real villain. I hated to spoil your image of me. That cool cat inspector you always looked up to. Is that really the image she had of him? Inspector Cabanela, I'm sorry. I just heard you were chasing after that man all this time to try and help Detective Jowd. This manipulator is such a dangerous character. I was hoping you didn't have to be involved. So that's why you had me arrested tonight, isn't it? Like I always say, if somebody's in the way, throw 'em in the slammer. Yikes. Tonight, I really thought we finally had him. But my body gave out on me right at the critical moment. It's like a cruel joke. Ha ha ha! But a joke is a joke. You might as well laugh. Jowd! The minister called off the execution order. And while he was at it, he let Detective Jowd go free until tomorrow morning, too. That's a pretty extreme while he was at it. Sorry it took so long to get here. You can leave the rest to me. There you go again. You've always been like that. Make everybody else run around and then you swoop in at the last second. Jowd. 5 years ago, you left this coat with me, just before you turned yourself in. I promised to give it back to you one day. I'm surprised Lynn didn't recognize the coat, considering it was just hanging over there. I mean, the coat's cool, but it doesn't really work with the prison outfit. Couldn't have gotten changed? You've been waiting so long, Detective Jowd. Waiting for this day to come. Well, thanks for not giving up on me, Lynn. Okay, I'm off then. Good luck, my old friend. This present you gave me, it's just what I needed. Thank you. Glad you like it. Sissel, are you there? Yeah, I'm here. You and I have to go find that man. I need your help. Will you do this with me? Sure, but how? I don't know where the submarine is, and the phone line doesn't work. They use communication cables to make their calls. We'll get you hooked up somehow. You'll see. Could you wait here until we do, please? Okay, fine. I'm counting on you. This true self you're looking for. I bet you'll find it soon. Alright, I'm leaving, Inspector Cabanela. It's almost dawn. I'm not who I thought I was. I'm actually further from knowing who I am than ever. But now, I don't feel so alone. Each one of us, for his or her own reasons, is looking for the truth. Together, I think we can shed light on these mysteries and drive away the darkness. But it's almost dawn. Okay, that was a lengthy chapter, like way lengthier than usual. Let me check the time. Hour and a half, though admittedly a lot of that's going to get cut out. Well, a fair amount. Plus a whole lot of exposition. But anyways, with that, we have finished. A blank screen background? Oh, it's the side panels. New song, Ghost Trick. Surprised we didn't get it earlier, considering the background here, or the picture here. Lingering Death. New illustration. A lot of stuff from this chapter. But yeah, we, like Sissel said, are even further from the truth of finding out who he is. Though we have learned a great deal about this manipulator. Quite the, interesting character. Oh boy, and we've learned a fair amount about the past, about how we have gotten to this point. But that's not important right now. Right now is finding out the truth and stopping the manipulator from leaving the country. And perhaps stopping this foreign country from obtaining his powers. Oof. Well, no, perhaps about it. We are stopping his powers, or stopping them from getting his powers. But that's going to have to wait till next time. So, if you guys like what you see, please leave a like, subscribe for future content, don't forget to hit that bell icon to get notifications for when I upload, and please, leave a comment down below this video. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thanks for watching.